we are changing things up on Yap's Money Life Show. Instead of my usual sharing, I will be giving you an inside look at the thought process and the level of professionalism which I apply when advising and consulting my client in my practice. I thought rather than guessing what you, the viewers, want, the new format allows me to share financial issues which matters to you. MK Gill asked the question, what happened to my EPF Unit Trust Fund when I hit 55? Will it go back to my EPF account? Now, if you have used EPF money to buy Unit Trust Fund, what happens is that when you hit 55 years old, your Unit Trust portfolio do not need to go back to EPF, but it's just that this Unit Trust portfolio will be converted by the Unit Trust company to a portfolio invested using cash money. So which means to say, now the portfolio, instead of being a Unit Trust funded by EPF money, now this is a Unit Trust portfolio funded by cash.
One question from anonymous attendees.
Okay.
Can an individual or unit trust agent access to the online platform on behalf of clients?
That shouldn't happen because each EPF account of each member should be PNC. I don't see why a EPF member would allow a unit trust agent to have access to their account, and that is quite dangerous. Hi Zoe.
Hi, I'd like to ask regarding EPF investment.
Okay.
Our EPF, and actually I was told that since I can't have access to the money anyway before 55 years old, I should take more risk with it by putting into equity funds and forget about bond funds. Is this the correct approach, or does the portfolio approach still applies like in cash investment?
Are we talking about EPF money or are we talking about cash investment?
For EPF money.
Okay, if you talk about EPF money, I would say that you are right, because considering EPF on average is giving us about 6% return. If you will take EPF money and then invest into a bond, which give you maybe 4 to 5% return, it does not make sense. Correct, Joey?
Yes, correct.
No? So if you are like maybe 10 years, 15 years or 20 years away from your 55 retirement age, then obviously the only thing that makes sense to you is to take your EPF money to invest into equity and to take risk, but make sure that you need to invest into a different asset classes and select the best of breed fund so that you can enjoy the long-term gain of this equity portfolio. However, along the way, you may still need to consider to do the practice of rebalancing and also profit taking and also restructuring, because some fund may be a best of breed now but may not best of breed for a longer time. So a constant review that I would suggest to be done at least once a year.
So it means that when we do this review, we also will end up putting money into bonds, or do we, like, if let's say the equity fund is already making good profit, do we put it back into EPF like that, or
So
you involve bond fund as well, right?
yeah, so you are right when we say that you should put all your EPF money into equity, but when you apply the principle of profit taking, it means that when your equity start to make money and profit also can be quite handsome and quite good, it's only fair that you take some of the profit and put into the bond, because whatever go up, it may come down later. So what you want to do is that as long as the equity portfolio you have got continue to go up, then you continue to take profit and put in a bond fund. When you put in the bond fund, you do not mean to keep the bond fund forever or for 10 years or for 20 years. Whatever bond fund you take is not to reflect your risk profile. Your risk profile is still high risk, but it's just that you are using the bond fund to park your profit only. you mean, for example, 2 years later or 1.5 years later, market have got a downturn. That's where you want to use your bond fund to buy the equity again at a cheaper price and maybe 15%, 25% lower, and that's where that your portfolio become 100% equity again. So it's not to purposely put bond fund into your portfolio. The bond fund is meant to carry or to hold whatever profit that you have got, that to be used could be very soon. You never know it. The question is, what is the difference between unit trust cash investment and PRS investing? So when you invest into PRS, you also invest into those like unit trust fund kind of structure. The difference here is that number one, PRS offer you a tax benefit whereby when you invest up to a certain portion, you enjoy certain tax benefit depending on your tax scale. That's number one. But whatever money you invest into PRS, if you are below 55 years old, you cannot touch the money in the PRS because the money is supposed to be there for your retirement when you are 55 years old. But when you invest in the unit trust using your cash money, you can withdraw the money anytime that you want. So, and of course, I think the third benefit is that PRS is relatively newer compared to unit trust fund. So PRS fund would have less option for you to select compared to unit trust funds. So these are three major differences. If money is important to you, please remember to subscribe to my channel.